lights and hello and welcome to episode 2 of the First Ballot Podcast.
Bienvenidos.
As always, I'm Freddie Lemo, and alongside me is
Seth Wilson.
I should go this way because I think on the recording you'll be to the side of me.
You just
right now.
And with me is
all right. Oh, your default mic. Oh, hold on. Oh,
you good? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You looked like a cartoon for a second there. I don't know.
Okay,
it was like, yeah, we can restart if you want.
Yeah, my freaking mic is doing something weird. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and welcome to the second episode of the First Ballot Podcast. My name is, as always, I'm Freddie Lemo.
Are you going to say your name is Seth Wilson?
My name is, as always, I said, okay, we're starting over. Okay. All right, welcome to the second episode of the First Ballot Podcast. As always, I'm Freddie Lemo, and alongside me, wherever he is on the camera, is
whatever orientation is Seth Wilson.
Seth Wilson, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you, man?
We're laughing because this is our third take. We're amateurs, people. Okay, we're amateurs, as you can tell. We're just trying to figure this out. But you're doing good.
Very true. Yeah, all good. Yeah. We yeah.
Good.
It feels like it's like midnight. It's before 9 p.m., but I'm old. So
it's 8:55.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, you're 20 turning 28. 27.
I turned 28 in August.
I just turned 28 last month, and I feel it.
Yeah, Marissa turned 28 in February, but I just keep asking her how it feels to be 30.
I didn't
which
realize
is she's a cougar.
I didn't realize
6 months of age difference, you know. She's just robbing the cradle.
My wife is December 30th is her birthday, and so there's like
after yours or
before mine.
Oh, before. Okay.
But it's a different year.
Yeah.
1993, and so there's like literally
93,
and mine is March 7th, so there's like less than 3 months.
Yeah.
And she used to make a big deal about how much she was older, and now I'm like, yep, you could be older. I don't want to
grandma.
But yes, we have a great podcast today with a great topic. Seth, can you tell us a little about the topic?
Podcast today, we are electing Hall of Fame members of Idiots in the News.
There we go. Idiots in the News. Basically, just you can find that anytime you watch the news.
I was listening to the radio like while I was in the parking lot at my son's school today, waiting to pick him up, and they like ended whatever song was playing, and the guy went, "In today's dummy on the news," and I was like, "What the heck?" Like we'd already had the conversation about what we were going to discuss tonight. Yeah, and I was like, "Okay, this dude's talking about it now."
But honestly, just the real news is full of dumb people. You know, like it's just.
I legitimately thought I was like, I'll just go on CNN and find idiots.
Life is dumb, so it was pretty easy. But yeah, I'm excited for this. And you went last week going first.
I did go first.
I think I should go first this week with my story.
Agreed.
I'm going to look at my phone because I don't know about you, but I was hoping to read the story.
I'm gonna read some excerpts.
Okay, cool, for sure. Okay, mine is actually it comes from across the sea. It's come from British land.
Or the pond.
It's over the pond. It's from the metro.co.uk.com. Well, not .com, but .uk. I just need to throw in
a lot of dots in that URL.
I don't know if this is a legitimate news site. No, I did look up a few that I was going to use, but then Snopes said that they were false stories. But I didn't.
Both of mine are from the Onion, so I'm pretty sure that's therapy around.
Okay, as long as it's not the Babylon News, we're good.
Yeah.
Or Babylon B. Okay, this is the headline. Dying man who mooned at speed camera for bucket list is in trouble again. So
again,
dying man who
defense
who mooned at speed camera for bucket list is in trouble again.
So I'm assuming they're not writing about what he's in trouble for with the mooning of the camera. but that's just what he's known for.
Well,
it's like
it mostly
Freddie Lemo of St. George, Utah. It's like this man of mooning a traffic camera.
The article is mostly about the mooning incident.
Okay, good, because that's what I want to know about here.
Yes. So a terminally ill lecturer has been charged for using threatening behavior when he was being arrested for mooning at a speed camera. So it's it's
in connection.
Yes, it's in connection to the arrest. So Daryl Meekum, 55, has a
what?
Daryl Meekum.
Oh yeah, Derriere. Yeah, no, I didn't.
I didn't catch the tuchus. Daryl Meekum, 55, has a bucket list of things he wants to do before he dies for multiple system atrophy. Among them was to moon a speed camera, which got him arrested. He was later bailed and then interviewed under caution in January. He has now been charged over his reaction to being arrested and will appear before magistrates in May. They go on to say that, he just threw a fit. And this is the picture that of him on the ground yelling, you bloody chavs.
So he got released. Like, are they pressing charges related to the mooning now?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can keep on going. He said this is an escalation of what they've done. You can't keep changing it and altering it until you find something that fits. What are they going to do? Come up with next? They are literally looking for any little thing to get me on. I pulled my trousers down and mooned a speed camera. That's all I did. They're essentially admitting that there are no offense committed in the first place. There's nothing on this charge sheet saying I committed any initial offense whatsoever. So he's just saying that. And then
I was not prepared for the British accent.
Yes, I had to pull it out. I think that's probably like a Surrey accent. I'm not really sure. I need to get my dialect.
Which region?
But Daryl, who lives with his wife who's 36. So
55 to 36. We're talking about
and their two daughters previously told how he was stunned when the cops turned up outside their house. He had dropped his trousers at a mobile speed camera van on Sturbridge Road at Kidderminster while his wife went to buy some bread from a nearby Tesco Express. So yeah,
everything about the location sounds made up.
I just think that's such a well, I mean, I don't that's a weird bucket list item to moon a traffic camera.
Moon a traffic camera. Middle fingers might have made their way on there first, or
just to moon something else. I don't know. But that's mine, coming from Daryl Meekum out of London. Moons over Miami. Moons over London. I just think that's a pretty stupid man.
That not only did you moon a traffic camera, but yeah, you're getting charges for being ridiculous when the cops do show up.
Yeah. So that's mine. It's a pretty good Hall of Fame, I think. And I had to throw that one because it's good, but it's not as strong as my next one. And I think I can debate the other one better.
Oh, you're sneaking a weak one in.
It's not weak. It's not weak.
No, the weaker.
His booty is business.
Win here. I see what's going on.
I'm trying to get the second double entry into the Hall of Fame.
Okay. Well, I'm not switching my order.
Okay.
This is the first one I thought of yet again when I thought of idiots in the news. This pertains to two young men where the headline here: drug traffickers get high, call cops on themselves. Freddie, you may recall this.
I have heard this. Yes. Is this the one that you told on our previous podcast, or is this
I don't remember if I did.
What is it? Is this from Dumb People Town?
No, this is from Rexburg.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I was on the news. I wrote a story about this.
Oh, really?
AID News Radio, I think. That is hilarious. I completely forgot about this. Oh my gosh.
This is right after this is like a couple months after I moved to Eastern Idaho. And I'll start. The article says 2 drug traffickers, 22-year-old Leland Iola Doliente and 23-year-old Holland Swart, were traveling from Las Vegas to Bozeman, Montana, with 20 pounds of marijuana when they started to become paranoid that police were following them. Once the pair reached Rexburg, they pulled over and called 911. They said, "A bunch of your
Rexburg's
cops."
the worst place to do this at.
It is insane that it happened in Rexburg. They said to the 911 dispatcher, "A bunch of your cops driving around in a bunch of civilian cars, not wanting to pick us up. I don't know what's the deal."
Everybody looks like a cop in Rexburg. Everybody looks like a cop.
It's a bunch of dudes with buzz cuts driving Ford Explorers. Like, I was one of them.
Everybody's straight laced. Yeah, exactly, for sure.
When officers arrived, both men had their hands behind their heads and
gosh.
surrendered without incident.
How much weed do you have to smoke to do that? I mean,
they were 20 pounds.
The moral of the story: don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs
while you're driving.
They 20 pounds of marijuana in a dog cage in the car. That they took it out of the car and put it on the sidewalk before cops got there. They were just like, "Guys, we'll just help you out at this point." They said, "We just want this to be over with. We just want it to be done."
This is our dog, Ganja.
Captain Randy Lewis told the publication officers were not following the vehicle before the suspects called dispatch.
Oh my gosh, that is freaking hilarious. Also, pretty genius idea to put it in a dog cage. If they were, I don't know.
I mean,
get
just
a fake dog barker.
The amount of stupidity
pulled themselves.
Yeah. We can't give these 2 dudes any credit. These 2 dudes, like, the amount of stupidity it takes to, like, just be like, "We're gonna get caught, man. Like, there's cars around us. These are obviously cops. You're on the freeway, dude."
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Maybe
it was like maybe it was like the signs, billboards in Idaho. They're like, the guilt hell. The guilt billboards.
Call 877 hell now. Find out if you're going to hell.
God exists, kind of thing. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a classic one. Completely forgot about that one. So good.
I love it. Just supreme idiocy.
Okay, let's a quick little aside. Okay, we got to pick dog names that could be related. I said Ganja.
Well, I'm going Captain Randy Lewis. I'm calling my
could be I don't know. This was a dumb game. I'm taking this out.
You can name a dog Puff.
I'm taking this out of the podcast. Taking it out.
Dunzo.
Serious. I am.
No,
so remember, take it.
And go. No.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so you just went. Now it's my turn for my
you're outside looking in.
Looking in.
You're well, what will be outside looking in after mine takes the last place.
No. I don't know about this because let me say 3 words to you. Oh. Easter, egg,
anus.
No. I'm being the dumb one now because I want to use 4 words actually.
Easter egg candy basket. Wait.
I'm going back to 2 words. Easter.
2 words.
Condom. Easter Bunny inadvertently hands out eggs stuffed with condoms at Texas elementary school. This was this week, people.
This is 2022.
This came out April 19th, 2022. This is from the Huffington Post. A parent dressed as the Easter Bunny inadvertently handed out colorful eggs stuffed with condoms at an elementary school in Austin last week. Of course, it's come from Texas. Dumb people, capital of the world, maybe.
Florida. Yeah.
Hey, there's some on the Mason-Dixon line. There's some crazy things happening. Most of the eggs are filled with candy, but a handful contain packages of condoms.
How do those get mixed up? How do you have a basket with jelly beans and a bean holder?
One father took to Twitter to discuss the incident. This was at Nate M. Jensen. He tweeted, "A parent showed up at my kid's elementary school dressed as the Easter Bunny during pickup. He handed out eggs, mostly filled with candy."
Oh, wait, so this wasn't even a sanctioned event.
No.
This is just at pickup.
This is some random dad showed up. Some with unopened condoms. Not sure this is the Austin weird I signed up for. One of the parents who works at a pharmacy had been dressed as the Easter Bunny for a safe sex presentation at an area's clinic. She kept the costume on when she arrived at the school to pick up her second grader and was immediately mobbed by the children. In response, the woman handed out eggs filled with candy. When she ran out, she asked her husband to get more and apparently brought back some bad eggs. Chaos ensued, Jensen noted in the tweet. The school district is now reviewing its safety protocols.
Safety protocols, i.e., do not let strange people dressed in costumes hand things to your children.
I think it's, she was trying to do something nice. She was just trying to be, and then ask, her husband didn't know that he had condom-filled eggs.
Why would you have condom-filled eggs?
This reminds me of the classic Everybody Loves Raymond episode where Frank Barone, Ray's dad, hands out condoms for Halloween.
Oh my gosh.
Great episode if you haven't watched it. Hilarious.
Not a raisin house, not a toothbrush house, a condom house.
Condom house. Anyway, I think that's pretty dumb. I think that's pretty hilarious. It's very relevant. Just happens. And,
I
defer to you now.
Somehow my story is newer.
No.
Yeah, might happen today.
What? Did you hear this on the radio today?
No, this is not the one from the radio today. The one on the radio today was about a 53-year-old woman in Boston who got her learner's permit and decided to practice driving in a cemetery where she proceeded to run over 8 gravestones and destroy a cemetery.
She was just worried about killing a lot of people.
That was the phrase that the article started out. She didn't want to kill anybody. So she practiced in a cemetery.
She just trampled on people's
desecrated graves. No, but mine from today. Headline: Mike Tyson all smiles.
Oh my gosh!
Punches.
Yes.
I saw that Mike Tyson was trending. I saw that something happened. I saw he punched somebody on a plane, and I was like, Mike Tyson is an idiot. That was my first reaction. I said, Mike Tyson, you can't be doing that.
No,
you can't be punching people.
No, the real idiot is not.
And then I saw the video, and this dude fully acknowledges that it is Mike Tyson. Absolutely knows who he is, however intoxicated he might be, and he's just egging Mike Tyson on, like just behind him, just screaming at him.
That's the idiot,
just yelling. Like that dude is the dumbest person who has ever existed.
Mike Tyson will kill you with a punch.
The best part is there's a post from Mike Tyson in 2020 on Facebook, on like his own Facebook page, where he says social media has made people too soft to where they won't say it to your face without getting punched. Or it was something like that, where he posted on Facebook like, oh, people are so brave on social media, they'll say whatever, but in real life you can punch them in the face. And then today he punched this dude in the face.
I mean, people don't realize this guy's bored in the streets. It's like he is a crazy person.
I was talking with my brother and I said, if you're on a plane and thinking about messing with somebody and you see any sort of face tattoo, any semblance of face tattoo, like automatically you're out.
Don't even pull the tray down.
Don't
just
talk.
Hold your arms and
you don't want pretzels. You don't want Coke. What if that dude wants it? He can have it. Give him my biscotti. Like, and Mike, like you see that face tattoo.
But also, why is Mike Tyson on? Come on, give him first class.
It was first class. It was first class.
It was first class. Okay.
I don't know. Watching the video, I'm not sitting in those seats.
Yeah,
I mean,
I am just surprised to see Mike Tyson on a plane.
Yeah, but the best part, there's in the article they show a clip of him on a private jet with Dana White, and Dana White's just sitting there, and Mike Tyson gets on the plane, and he's like, "Nah, move, that's my seat." And Dana White's like, "I like this seat." Mike Tyson just goes, "I like it better," and Dana White moves. Like that's what Mike Tyson commands on a plane.
Mike Tyson. Yeah, exactly.
He's on a JetBlue flight from San Francisco to Miami, and homeboy's trying to, he
might have screwed himself though. I will say, being
Tyson?
in the airline business, the FAA just released like zero tolerance policy. So he may not be able to fly commercially ever again. So we'll see.
PJ or bust from now on.
But that is At first, like Mike Tyson's done for punching him, but no, the passenger is so stupid.
And whoever's recording it, they're like, oh, my buddy's being stupid. Like, this dude's being dumb. And then, like, the next part of the video you see is Mike, no. And the dude's face just bloody.
I did not see the video. Was it a solid punch?
It was like 10. Like,
really?
Tyson's up over the seat behind, like, look at, it's the guy's behind him. Tyson's up over his seat, just bah, 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 bah.
I have to watch it.
I have it pulled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Share it.
Oh, you know what? It's on a different computer. I've got 2 computers running.
Okay, but just
pulled up. Here, hold on.
This is great for
I just realized.
Audio listeners.
Wonderful audio medium here.
I can look it up on Twitter real quick.
Yeah.
Tyson punch. Mike Tyson punched somebody who was effing with him. The problem is nowadays, mother effers think they won't get punched in the face. It's from Ice-T. Ice-T said.
Oh, like that was his response today?
Yes. Oh.
No, he got him. Like, this was not just like this is not a Will Smith situation where Mike Tyson said, keep my name out your mouth or anything.
Yeah, that's definitely first class too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is terrifying. I would have crapped my pants.
Oh, 100%. And you notice nobody's intervening because then if everybody's like,
without what? The guy who's sitting next to the guy getting punched is like trying to back him up.
He's got his hands, but it's like there's nobody else is like, hey, let's stop Mike Tyson here. Like,
my gosh. I mean, yeah, brain damage. If he he really couldn't get, he was like just doing like some little jabs. Like,
but man, a 1-inch punch.
But even exactly. Yeah. But man, imagine if he could just unleash.
If there were some legs in there, no, homie would not have been conscious.
Dang. Okay, so
somehow a newer story than yours. You know,
somehow a newer story.
I was going to accuse myself of being prisoner of the moment, but we were both right here.
Which one's dumber though? You know, that's where we get down to it. You know. Hold on. Let's review. What was your first one again?
My first one was 2 drug traffickers calling cops on themselves.
My first one was the moon. And man,
you know,
now that I'm looking at it, this isn't what we usually do, but usually do. This is our second podcast. We got to get rid of that one. And I'm okay with not even.
Wait, which one?
The moon.
Oh. I was like, wait. The drug traffickers?
We had to get rid of the mooning guy, even though that is dumb.
That was the first. It was dumb. But
I
agree. The other three they belong.
But silence your phone. That's
what is this? Your second podcast?
My wife is calling me. Sorry, I can't. I'm busy podcasting. So we did
executive decision here.
We had to do it.
The audibles. Omaha.
There's 3 clear winners.
There
we needed in the Hall of Fame. But since we aren't going back and forth, I was thinking if we have any dumb stories of our own that we could share, that might be something good. I'm going to share one. This one is I have so many dumb stories.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, which one?
I'm trying to think of my dumbest story that involves cops, and so that could be on the news.
How many of those are there?
I have a few, but
okay.
The one is that I was at a house party in high school.
Yeah.
And things get a little out of hands at these house parties,
as they do.
Yeah, I didn't know whose house it was, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was pretty. No, I wasn't in any state to do anything. If anything went awry.
Exactly.
And anyways, the cops show up, and when we're in high school, I don't know why, but we scatter.
Yeah.
Like.
Jumping fences.
Yes. So most people ran out the back door, jumped fences. My buddy JD did that, and he was out in the blue. He was out and was able to get scotch free, able to get to his car. Like I said, I wasn't in the the mental state to jump a fence. So I, being a dummy, ran into this house I didn't know, just ran into a random room and ran into a closet. This is such a crazy story. My parents are hearing for this for the first time. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Somebody else runs in there with me as well.
Into the closet.
Yes. Taylor.
Somebody else saw you and was like, that guy's the smart one here.
Taylor Harity, shout out. Anyways, the cops are like yelling, hey, like, everybody come out, kind of thing, just to the
general vicinity.
Yeah, to the general vicinity. They didn't see us run in there.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Taylor Harity, coward, runs out. I'm like, no, Taylor. No, Taylor.
Give yourself away.
but he gives himself away. I'm like, dude, you're gonna give us away. They're not gonna come in here. But he leaves, and they're like, oh, there's probably someone else in here too. And then they come in, they open the door, and this one gets terrible, people. I pretend to faint, and I like fall over. This is the stupidest.
How old are you?
Ever. I'm 18. I pretend to faint. They pick me up real quick. They're like, stop doing that. They put me up against the wall. They say, how old are you? I said, I'm 18. I'm like, okay, go. And I get to leave. Meanwhile, everybody who's under 18 is in the living room on the couch, having to call their parents.
Yeah.
And then I run outside. My buddy JD's in his truck, and we go back home. So that is my dumb story, and is the stupidest thing I've ever done. One of the stupidest things. And I feel terrible for saying it. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad.
Sorry, Frank and Freddie's mom. I believe your dad's name is Frank. That might be right.
Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
I was like, I think
that's right.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know if you're gonna. That's a Hall of Famer stupid story from my own. I don't know if you're gonna have anything to beat that, but that is.
I'm not topping that one. There have not been as many run-ins with law enforcement on my end. The first one that came to mind was 2 years ago on the 4th of July. We're in Oregon. We're watching just fireworks show. You can see it from where my parents' house was.
God's country.
Fireworks show, just having fun. Classic 4th of July. This is dusk, just having a good time. About 30 yards down the street, there's another group of people, and I have 5 brothers. We were all there. We decided to just decided to have a little fun with the fireworks, so just anything would happen with the fireworks, and we were just erupting, just cheering as loud as we could, being obnoxious. This is again 2 years ago. I am an adult. I have 2 children at this point, 25 years old, and just screaming as loud as we can. And so this goes, and then, this other group, they start getting into it. So we're going back and forth, probably, 5-6 times, just cheering. And then I get the idea. I'm like, I'm just gonna go real crazy. And the firework, pops up, lights up the sky. And I stand up, I'm barefoot, wearing some shorts,
Oh, barefoot.
And I just run across the street as fast as I can. And keep in mind, I am 6'4" at this point, pushing 3 bills. Just sprint across the street, sprint up this hill on the other side of the street, and then turn around and start running as fast as I can down.
Oh no.
At which point I realize I have reached terminal velocity.
Oh no.
And I trip and I roll on the ground in front of my 2 children and my wife.
No.
And just eat it. It's so hard. And everybody, this other group sees me, they're just like, oh no, what happened to, and
this went too far.
I think everybody's assuming that I am inebriated, and looking at me like, what's this dude doing? And I get up and I just walk into the house immediately.
Yes. When I can't face anybody.
Yeah, Shame is immediate. I'm like, I cannot face a single human being right now.
Oh my gosh.
I walk in, my left leg is just bloodied up. Like my whole shin is just bleeding. The tops of both of my feet are cut up like 100 places. I thought I'd broken my elbow because I couldn't move my arm.
Were you like busted? You were like crazy.
I was moving. I was moving. Nobody wanted to get in that way. But I just like right into the asphalt. And like it was the next day, like we went to like this ropes course and I was like, yeah, I can't do this. Like, I was like, I can barely walk. Like,
you're like burning.
It was so bad. And I was just like, I ran up a hill and came down too fast because I'm stupid.
And you did it in front of your kids. I mean,
in front of my children.
Luke
like,
probably remembers it still.
We were looking through my Google Photos yesterday for my daughter scraped both of her knees, and so we were trying to show her, you know, like other owies, you know, that had occurred. And we were trying to find this time that Luke like skinned his back somehow. There's a lot of accidents, you know, in our home. And those ones came up. Like I saw my legs and I was like, oh yeah, this is when Dad fell down the hill. He was like, oh yeah, when you rolled. I was like, yep.
Okay, now I just have to keep on saying dumb stories. But now that I'm thinking like you're scraping on asphalt and like the shame kind of thing, that made me think of something. Notorious known for like being a klutz in my family. Just like I trip going upstairs kind of thing. I don't know how that's possible, but I do. But one time I was riding my bike on my street and man, 4 other stories just came to my mind with a bike. That's how dumb I am. But I like fell pretty hard. But it was kind of a weird fall, and like my like chain came off because of my falling. Not the chain didn't fall off. The chain didn't come off and then I fell.
It was not the cause. It was a result.
I fell.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's like this group of girls kind of in the distance.
Yeah.
On the street. And I just like picked up my bike and I was like, freaking Chip. That's my brother's name. And it just like freaking this chain. And then I just picked up my bike. Oh no, the chain didn't come off, but I pretended like it came off.
Oh yeah.
And so I just picked up my bike and I walked it all the way home, even though I could have rode it.
Could have ridden it home.
Because I was in shame. Because these girls were just like, oh, like if he, you know, if it really wasn't the bike, like he wouldn't have.
No, it was not Freddie's fault. It was freaking Chip.
He wouldn't have picked it up, and so that was my thoughts. So I'm a dumb person. And that's what I have decided.
I mentioned breaking my foot last week. I didn't mention that it was a 2-year-old child who broke my foot.
Oh,
because I was shooting. I was in a gym, just taking some shots, getting shots up as one does. But there was a child who had snuck into the gym, rolled a kickball under me as I was coming down from a perfect jump shot.
That's a hate crime.
And I hated it. Yeah, no, it was. Shout out Michael Scott. And yeah, my foot broke in like 25 places. Like it was horrible.
Holy hell. My gosh.
So screw that kid.
Screw that kid. Not shout out to that kid.
Yeah. And then I went on a bike trip for a week 2 days later and just rode along in the truck, which was a bad idea in hindsight. You know,
if you had a hard cast on, you could have.
I didn't. It was like, it was so like I broke it on a Saturday night. We were leaving on Monday morning on this trip, and like I went to the like hospital or urgent care, whatever, Saturday night, and they're like, yeah, this thing's like too swollen, we can't do any like x-rays or whatever because you broke it so badly. And I was like, well, that means I can go on this trip because we don't have an x-ray, you know. Like
on a bike trip. My gosh,
that was a bad idea.
Speaking of feet, another dumb story. I had a wart
feet
on the
pics.
top of.
Oh no, sorry.
Well, yeah, that if you want those are our OnlyFans. So let us know.
Stay Matt.
Yeah. But speaking of feet, I had a wart on the top of my foot. Gross. Yeah, hated it.
That's a bad spot.
I know it was top of my foot. Gross. It was small, but it was still bothered me. And so I had heard that you could, I had a wart on my finger when I was young, and I went to the hospital or doctor, and he froze it off.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh. And I was at my cousin's, and she had some compressed air, this clean.
Oh no.
And so I rotated it and burned off my I burned off my wart, and I ended up giving myself chili banes, which is like
frostbite.
Frostbite. Yes.
Okay, wait, chill. What'd you call it?
It's called chili banes when it's not as like
chili banes.
Yeah.
It sounds like when you tell a kid what frostbite is. Oh, you got the chili banes. Yeah,
I know. But yeah. Yeah, my foot was completely burnt. We went to the beach the next day, and I had to like maneuver around my burnt top of my foot. But hey, a week later, it was gone, and so was my wart. So
we'll have to stop. You just reminded me of another stupid story of mine. Like,
but hey, before I finish, I still cannot feel the top of my foot to this day.
Like to this day?
To this day.
Is the skin's back, or is it fish skin?
It's a little discolored. It's a little like whiter than the rest of my foot, but no, it's great.
The nerves are just dead.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, you had one.
Oh, okay. You said beach, and we went to California, Huntington Beach.
This was at Huntington Beach, by the way. This was at Huntington.
Oh, was
Beach.
It really?
Yes.
Okay. We went and visited some family down there, and this is middle of July, California, Huntington Beach. Like, I grew up in Oregon, so going to the coast, it's like if it's 70 degrees, that's crazy. Like it just doesn't get
some
hot.
Seaside,
yeah. Like if it's 70 degrees, it's crazy. Like it's just windy. You have your sweatshirt and a kite. Like that's the Oregon coast. And so, but we're down there, and I think it's like 90 degrees, but I don't think that sunscreen exists. And
you're very white. Yes.
Like, this is not a good complexion.
You're
for
a Pacific
that
Northwest person. Yes.
All
completely
just a bunch of pasty.
And I married one. So
yeah, you can. I have a friend. But we're driving. We were doing like this whole trip. Like we drove from Idaho to Southern California, and we were driving up to Portland. And we're driving. We're like, I think we're near like Sacramento or some garbage place like that. And
I was born around. But yes, you're right.
The AC in our car is like dying, and so I like took off my shirt. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sweaty. And I just start like trying to like brush the sweat off my shoulders. At which point,
what is going to happen right now?
I realized that I have hundreds of blisters.
Oh my,
just
hell,
all along my shoulders
so
and back.
Gross.
It was horrible. And I'm sitting there just like smacking, like trying to get sweat off of myself.
So
and like,
gross.
I already knew I was sunburned. Like I knew I was sunburned, but I hadn't blistered. It was
the
so
sweat
bad.
Was blister pus.
I was like, I am gonna die. Like this is the end.
Oh my gosh,
it was terrible. And
so before like
on that note,
make sure you are using sunscreen this time of year.
8,000.
It was about 90 today here in St. George. So yes, make sure you're using the SPF. But I think that was a great podcast. We're a bunch of idiots, so take everything we say with a grain of salt when we give you advice. But so let's recap. We had a Hall of Fame for idiots of the news. We had the two idiots in Rexburg who called the cops on themselves for having weed, for transporting weed in a dog
20
cage.
pounds of weed.
And then we had the Easter Bunny at an elementary school who just showed up at an elementary school, not invited, handing out condoms. And then we scrapped my mooning a camera story. It was funny, but
it was
not as good as Mike Tyson beating the crap out of a first-class passenger who probably deserved it. And both. We didn't mention this. We did mention this earlier, but I'm mentioning it now in the recap. Both of the stories with this recap, both of these stories, I am also on the Rexburg weed right now. Happened this week. The Mike Tyson and the Easter egg hunt. So crazy. Great inductees and great Hall of Fame. Got anything else to say, Seth?
That's all, folks.
Yabadoo. We need like a call. We need a send off.
We do. Those are hard.
Those are hard.
This is I'm hard. What?
Okay.
No,
This
I don't
episode's me
know.
explicit.
Throw that E up there. No, I don't know.
Come up with something
Yeah.
right now. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh no. It was gonna be worse.
Rains it pours. And that's a podcast.
There you go. That's a podcast.
Yeah.
That's
And that's a podcast.
Oh wait, no,
People-
put some more Italian on it.
And that's the podcast.
There we are.
There we go. Good.
There we
Perfect. YouTube watchers, you're gonna probably see all this. If you're listening to this, you're probably not.
No.
You're probably just gonna hear it's the podcast, and that's
It's
it. Because I'm definitely cutting a lot of
some
this.
editing.